I've heard some outlandish comparisons to Wemby. I'd like to get you guys' feedback on it, especially Pappy considering himself a historian of the game. Is Wembanyama closer to Sean Bradley?
No,
or now, listen to just hear my question. Hear my question. Is he closer to a Sean Bradley, or on the other end of the spectrum? I've heard it say if he doesn't have the career that Hakeem Olajuwon had, he has a failed career. Were you in the spectrum there?
I mean, I think if you look at Wembanyama, if he doesn't win at least 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, at least something went wrong.
4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. You not see his offensive talent?
That's better. That's better than Hakeem.
No,
Hakeem didn't win for him.
Yes, I do see offensive talent. Obviously, obviously he can shoot. I think some of the things that people are enamored with him doing are kind of unnecessary. Like all the dribbling and everything else. Like, I mean, it's dope that she can do it, but like, I don't.
You don't expect him to do that in the league.
I don't think in the NBA, like I don't think in the NBA people are just gonna let you like just at that height do all this. Like, bro, that's a long way to get the ball down to the ground. I do think obviously nobody will be able to contest his shot ever at all. But I think obviously putting on, even like I don't think he has to put on weight. But I do think he obviously has to get stronger, and he'll get stronger as time goes. But the reason I say he doesn't win 40th Defensive Player of the Year awards is because if nothing else, you can do this and block most people's shots.
But yeah.
He should average like he should in theory every year of his career, even with injury, every year of his career be on the all defensive team or at least get close to it.
Do you think Pop is gonna play him though like down low? Is he gonna play him like a David Robinson? Is he gonna play him like a Tim Duncan?
I mean,
or is he gonna is Pop gonna?
He's gonna be on the wing. Really,
that's what I'm asking. This is what I'm asking. Is Pop gonna allow him to play? He's only 200. He's only 195.
He's only like 220, I think. 220, right?
He can't post up down low and patrol your paint. You can't expect him to patrol your paint.
It depends on the matchup. It depends on the matchup, really.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Play really small. OKC ran a 6'9" center for like that whole playing push for the last month or so, and they was hanging in there.
Okay, so to your point, Joe, that's a good point. He'll be able to do that against 60% of the league. But I wouldn't expect him. I wouldn't expect him to be again that anchor defensively. I understand what you're saying. He'll be able to get some blocks. Yeah, but he's 217 pounds.
But he's 7'6".
7'4", right? 7'4". Everybody says something different.
But you're right. Okay, so you expect him? You expect to see him like playing David Robinson?
I think he should average 2.5 blocks, at least rebounds. That's also the thing that scared me. Like, he don't really rebound too crazy. If I pick somebody who's 7'4", I would thoroughly enjoy you to average 12 rebounds at least. You 7'4". All you gotta do is diss and grab the ball. But that's a whole nother concept. At the very least, he can't block 2 shots a night from day one.
Yeah, I expect him to get some block shots. Yeah, you're right. 4 games, 3 to 4 games. Should be the expectation. Should be the expectation.
The contest, he'll contest shots better than anybody.
Yeah, that he's gonna be contesting shots. Joe, is he gonna be better than Rudy Gobert?
Yes, way better than Rudy Gobert. I think Wembanyama is the cream of the crop. He is going to come into the league and cream of the crop. He's all the hype. Everything should be believed. I believe bigs like him, Joker, and Biggs, these guys are going to kind of shift the landscape of the NBA. I think when people were panicking back in like 2011, when 2009, when Lakers had the Twin Towers, and you saw teams like OKC would like randomly trade Jeff Green and maybe throw a pick for a big guy like Perkins to try to combat the Pau Gasols, the Bynums, the Zach Randolphs, and the Marc Gasol front courts. I think that the bigs are kind of making it with the Giannis's of the world. The bigs are making it come back to the league. I think Wembanyama is going to put a stamp on that, and it's going to emphasize more teams trying to bring in more size. I feel like Wembanyama is going to come in the league and immediately impact the league. I think he can put the Spurs in play-in contention. I wouldn't be surprised if they popped up into the play-in, and that'd be very nice. I think so. I like that. I like that roster. I like the guys who are going to be playing next to him. You put him next to a Jerry Sochan, a guy who can do it. Obviously, Wemby. I don't think he's going to come in there doing the dirty work. You got a guy like Sochan to take the pressure off him there. You got Devin Vassell, is a very good young guard. I think he's already a top, probably 100 player, 20 points per game from Vassell and out of your backcourt. I like Zach Collins, right? The big at the Spurs.
Yeah.
I didn't mention Kevin Johnson, the guy who stood out in the USA tournament and the NBA. He averages about 18 points a game. He operates very plays kind of look like Rui. I think he'll be a team that have something going down there, and just with my faith in Pop and what I see when Wembanyama impacting the game everywhere, that tall with those handles, I think it's gonna be a heck of a thing. And
I also think,
so with all that being said, the Spurs won the draft. It ain't even a question.
I also think the Spurs were a much better basketball team than the team that they were trying to present on most nights last season. I was at a couple Spurs games. Some of the tanking that they were doing last season, they were running lineups that had literally no chance in winning basketball games. They were a better team than what, like even with the players, they have legitimate NBA players on the roster. They just did some generational tanking last year to give them a competitive disadvantage most nights. They weren't actually as
competitive disadvantage.
Competitive disadvantage most nights. They weren't actually as bad. But yes, when it comes to women, I think obviously the one thing that you have to worry about, I mean, it's been said a million times, but with any athletes like the Ralph Sampson size, the Yao Ming size, the Monique size. Yeah, it's just that injuries. Obviously, I hopefully that he can stay. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. At least somewhat healthy. He doesn't have too many lower extremity injuries throughout his career. But again, even if he does, let's say he does get hurt, whatever. I think you still at the absolute floor have a souped up Brook Lopez. The absolute floor. The absolute legitimate.
It has to be better than Brook Lopez, because Brook Lopez can never dribble like this. Don't underestimate how much that can impact your game. Like,
again,
but that's not. Fabby said you're not expecting to. You're not expecting.
No, but listen,
it's gonna easily be more than Brook Lopez, because it's mad things he does on the court that Brook Lopez couldn't.
You missed the word I said. A souped up Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez was a defensive player of the year candidate, was he not? This season, he was probably one of the best bigs in the probably one of the better defensive bigs in the league. He's pretty much a knockdown shooter. Like, we got to admit, Brook Lopez is the Nets all-time leading scorer to this day. Like, people forget that he is the Brooklyn Nets all-time leading scorer to this day. Like, there was a point in time with
Lopez. He brings a little more to the game. With his size and his mentality.
Then who? He brings more to the game than who? Then who?
I think you're discounting when you say absolute floor. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but Brook Lopez does have. He's what, 7 foot, 260 pounds. He brings some size and some defense and an attitude to the game.
First and foremost, what do you think Wemby's ceiling is?
I can't put him in an all-time great. I mean, I expect him to be. I can't put him there. I haven't. First of all, the talent that I haven't sat down and watched him play. Obviously, I haven't sat down and watched him play.
Watch the games versus Scoot Henderson in the G League with NBA pace when he averaged like 34 games.
So this is exactly the point I'm making. The G League, where do you rank the G League? Is the G League better than college basketball? Is the G League exactly? So. There you go, right there. So it's the talent that he played against that I'm like, I don't know.
It's the way he did what he was supposed to do versus that talent, though. He did what he was supposed to do, and that's in a very.
You gotta take that talent into consideration. So when I see him do this in the NBA in the preseason, when I see him do some of the things, shoot the 3-pointer, grab the rebound, and dunk it, like I'm not sure that he's gonna be able to do that in the NBA. And so my ceiling for him is, if I think when I heard if he has a career that Hakeem Olajuwon had, that's an absolute failure. Like, I think that's a ceiling right there. Excuse me, let me say that's a ceiling. That's an expectation. That's kind of the expectation I have for him. If he goes beyond that, then I'll be very
hell of an all-time great, brother.
That's
top 10 player ever. Arguably, that's one hell of a career, brother.
That is, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's pretty damn good. If he has that career, that's pretty damn good. If he sees that, it's like, oh boy. But he's going to be somewhere in that realm, because some of the things that we expect to see, the ball handling, like, I can't really expect him to do that in the league. Not only these are the best athletes in all the world, but he is 7'6". That ball is going to be a long time for that ball to go to the ground and come back up. Before somebody, we're talking about the best talent in the world. That's not happening every night on occurrence. He's going to be able to work in the post, get his couple dribbles on, turn around and hit the fade. I see that. Step out and hit the. I don't like my big man shooting threes, but stepping out and at the elbow, hitting the baseline jumper. I expect some of those moves. So when I say Brook Lopez brings a little bit more toughness than what I've seen from Wembanyama, not saying he doesn't have it in him, but what I've seen from him, I'll be very impressed if he's able to come with that type of toughness and tenacity that Brook Lopez has shown in his career.
I just think the man should at least win 45th Player of the Year awards. Like you should not. No, bro. You should lead the league in blocks every fucking year. If you don't lead the league in blocks every year, what are you actually doing?
How often does the league leader in blocks actually win that award, though?
Jaren Jackson won it this year. Rudy Gobert, when he was blocking everybody's shots, won it. Ben Wallace was blocking the shit out some shots. He won it. They win it a lot.
Deterring the shot, as you mentioned, Joe, deterring that shot, that's going to be huge when you don't get those blocks. Just deterring the shot.
Like, bro, if you 7'6", he does this. Bro, he does this. Nobody is gonna see the rim. Like you can't even see the shit. So like, yes, I think from day I don't like, again, offense. I think some of the things that people are enamored by is very unnecessary. Like I said, the dribbling. You're 7'5". Condense that game. You don't even have to fucking dribble. Get the ball, do your 1-2, shoot over everybody. Nobody can block it. It ain't like you even need to quote unquote. Like, once you get the ball here, everyone's cooked. As long as he can get the ball, man, once he get the ball here to his chest, everybody cooked.
Right. It's a lot of effort to get up there and get that shot. That a lot of cats ain't doing.
So like all like the dribbling, I don't think he like that. It's like it's dope. It's dope that you have that skill. I just think that's actually for him very unnecessary. Like if he was 6'10", okay, yes, you would need to be able to do all that because again, you do have people who can't contest. You fucking 7'6", bro. All you need to do, set the screen, pop out. Once you catch the ball and do this, or you, like you said, you like get the ball anywhere, you turn fade, who the fuck blocking that? But day one, but I do think strength will be an issue. You know, I also see somebody, Wemby is not the best 3-point shooter. I actually did read a stat that said he was shooting like 29% or something like that when he was in Europe. And obviously the NBA 3 is further back than even that 3 is. So like, yes, I don't know if he's going to come in shooting 40% immediately from 3. But I think that's something that he obviously can probably be able to do over time. But from day one, if nothing else, from day one, I think he should be an all-NBA defensive level candidate the second he steps on the floor.